Good afternoon and welcome to Me Being Cheap. I am going to make some pumpkin soup. A little bit of history on this. I was going to make some squash soup. I had a friend that had given me some acorn squash and I was going to make some soup out of that, and I had gone to the store and picked up some cream cheese for the soup. Anyhow, I probably waited too long, and the squash were spoiled in the inside. I probably should have made that soup last week. So I was really wanting some squash soup. So I went to the store and they didn't have any squash. So I decided, well, we'll just do pumpkin. So I have 2 cups of pumpkin from my freezer, and I use these vacuum seal bags and I store them in my deep freezer, and so this actually keeps a long time. And I tend to do this in rather large batches. Every couple years I will get several of the sugar or the pie pumpkins and do this instead of using the can. But anyway, 2 cups was not enough to make this recipe, so I did pick up a couple things of canned pumpkin. Now this recipe, and I tell you, the good thing about the internet is you can look up a ton of recipes and you can just do some substitution to make it work for you. So I was wanting squash soup. Not going to happen because my squash went bad. The store doesn't have any, so I was able to use pumpkin. And some of the recipes, they call for like water and bouillon cubes, which I do have bouillon cubes, but I tend to keep chicken broth and beef broth on sale, or on stocked up when they're on sale, in addition to making my own that I keep in the freezer, or sometimes I can it. And then the recipe also calls for cream, and so I'll just use some of the evaporated milk, and of course I'd already bought the cream cheese for the other recipe. So these soups are actually pretty easy to make. So what I'm going to do, I've already got my onion cut up. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic, and this is one of the best values that you can get at some of the larger stores like Sam's Club, because you can keep this in your fridge and it actually lasts a really long time, and so you don't have to worry about keeping the fresh on hand. So I'm going to throw some of this in there, a little bit of olive oil, and cook that down. Meanwhile, I have to thaw out the frozen pumpkin, and then I will add 1.5 cans of the chicken broth, and then I will also add the 2 cans of pumpkin. Cook that, add the milk and half thing of cream cheese. Run it through the blender to get all the pumpkin and the onions all pureed and nice and smooth. And then just season it to taste, usually with a little bit of salt and pepper. So it's pretty easy to make, and it's a forgiving recipe. You can substitute what you have and what you don't have. All right, I'll check back in with you once the soup is cooked. Thanks for watching. All right, welcome back. I had actually forgotten to take a video of the final product until tonight, so I actually just pulled this out of the fridge, and I'm shooting a video. And this is the pumpkin soup. I did have a bowl of it for supper tonight. It was really good, and I just wanted to share. I ended up seasoning it with salt, just a little bit of pepper, some chili powder, some thyme, and a little bit of turmeric and a little bit of ginger. Anyhow, it is quite good, and it's a fairly large pot of soup. I probably don't want to eat that much over the next few days, so probably we'll put some into the freezer and have the rest over this weekend. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great evening.